report. And do I push something to make the pictures come on, Johnny? Did I do it? Okay. So this is the team that was sent to Mexico this past week. You've got Drew Carr, Alan, Shooter, Amy, Mike, and myself. And am I doing it? Okay. This is the neighborhood and the community of the ranch. These are what the houses look like that the people live in. 2 years ago when I went, I sat across from a man and we were talking about what are you grateful for? And he was grateful for having a roof over his head. And I was thinking about all the stuff I want to do in my house and how I want to fix it up, and I was ashamed. But let's see. All right, so these are some of the interns and some of our kids together at some of the missionaries. And if you look in the front, there's a bright yellow banana wearing a luchador mask. That is missionary Pete. He and his wife Emily, I think, were the first ones there on the ranch. Bobby is, he's on your right. And so they're all mixed in. The missionaries there, the interns there, some of them are from the States. Sometimes they get some from Canada. They had one from mainland Mexico, but most of the interns are from that neighborhood, from those houses, from La Paz, and many of them have grown up on the ranch, learned about Jesus on the ranch, and are pouring back into other kids on the ranch. This is just like at home. I push the button and nothing happens. Okay, so anywhere you go, you take water. You don't drink the water in Mexico. You drink the brought-in water in Mexico. It gets hot, and it happened to be humid this past week. There was a hurricane that God blessed us with off the coast. So at night we had breezes, and that was precious. Jesus blew us kisses every night to send us to sleep. This is the disc golf course, part of it. Part of the thing that we did this week was work on the disc golf course to clear trees, branches. I love how Drew made an easy chair out of a wheelbarrow. And just, there was a lot of back-breaking work, and it was kind of cool. You guys would appreciate little Amy, tiny little Amy. She goes out there, and she's like, I'm glad we're not just doing the girl work. We're not just painting. She was excited to have her back broken, and I mean, not literally, but to do the hard work. Then I'll try to get through these quickly. I know Gil's got stuff, too. We also dug a trench to reroute the sewage from the bathhouses. Another fun fact, you don't flush toilet paper in Mexico. So one of the things I was excited about when I got back was to drop the paper in the toilet and flush. Maybe I shouldn't have shared that, I don't know. So this is, right there was another tree that Drew actually pretty much got out of the way for the sewage drainage thing. We also helped to pour concrete for a building where they have horses on the ranch, and they do equine therapy for special needs kids. And they're going to have alfalfa stored on the floor that we poured once they get the walls up and everything. And guys, you can be so proud of your teens because they were excited about the work every day. They couldn't wait to get back to it. And we were sweating bullets. And you take a shower, and it's always almost like, why did I do that? I'm sweating again. But they were wonderful. Their attitudes were fantastic. And this won't turn. Okay. Yeah, taking up a tree. We used a winch to get this one out. That was fun. Shooter had a great time with that. And this is the team that helped pour the concrete. In the afternoons, we would work really hard in the mornings, get up early, do devotions, have an incredible breakfast, incredible lunch, incredible dinner. This is a great trip just because of the food. But you're going to work hard if you go. And then in the afternoon, after literally a siesta, people take naps on picnic tables just because everybody's worn out. And then the teens come. Sometimes it's younger kids. Our week was the teen week. So we had middle schoolers and high schoolers. And these are some of our guys playing a game with the kids, and every afternoon the kids who had grown up on the ranch, the interns who learned about Jesus through the ranch, they're the ones telling the kids about Jesus, about how he loved them, about how he died for them. This week they were talking about how God is faithful and always keeps his promises, and shared about Abraham. And it was really just such a blessing to watch and then to engage with the kids and have fun. And this is where I really want to focus. So the fella there, Salvador Chava, he is the guy who had said that he was so grateful for the roof over his head. This is his wife, Gabby. Gabby and I got to work together in the kitchen one afternoon, or one morning. And during the course of our conversation, she shared with me her testimony. She gave me permission to share with you. So I took some notes. And I had to cut out some. But she's one of 14 children. Her father had by 9 different wives. Her father was a very hard man, a chauvinistic man. You don't talk to women or girls. They don't sit at the table with you. They don't eat with you. You grunt, and they go get more tortillas. Her father does not love her. He doesn't like her. He likes a son of his who is a very bad man. That's his favorite. She has had 2 brothers pass away due to drug-related things. So Gabby grew up in a very difficult place, in a difficult situation. She said that there was a neighbor lady one day, and a storm came through and destroyed this lady's house. The lady had keys to a house and no house, but this lady was a believer. And she said she couldn't understand why this lady would look at her and be grateful for what she had after her home had been destroyed. She still had Jesus. She still had family. She still had love. She would tell what she had and not dwell on what she had lost. And that made a big impact on Gabby. Not long after that, Emily, the wife of the banana from the ranch, offered Gabby a job cleaning her house. Not Gabby's ideal job, but she took it because she needed it. Eventually, through the summer, Gabby was promoted to work with kids on the ranch. After a while, Emily invited Gabby to go to church. Gabby didn't really want to go, but eventually, again, Gabby went, and eventually her husband came. Now, Chava, she said that he was a good man. He was a workaholic, and they didn't have much of a relationship, not much of a husband-wife relationship. They didn't talk to each other much. He was a great father, a great provider, but not a good husband. But eventually, through Emily, through church, he also gave his life to Jesus, and his faith has surpassed hers. And now he is an incredible husband, and their entire family sits together at the table. And this is something beyond her imagination, beyond her experience. God gives beyond what we can ask for or imagine. But it was her heart's desire, and God had also given her that heart's desire so that he could give her what he wanted to bless her with. They have 2 children. Briances is their daughter, who was on the ranch 2 years ago when I was there. She wasn't there this time because she has gone to college. She studied nursing. Nursing is not her passion. This summer, before I get into that, their son, Salvador, was also working on the ranch this summer, that 2 years ago and this summer. Briances, Gabby showed me pictures of Briances holding classes in her backyard, teaching children with special needs how to read. She showed me pictures of young ladies with graduation certificates. Briances had taught these young ladies who were caught in prostitution. She'd given them an education so they could have a different kind of future. There were also young men whose dads were drug addicts. And Briances has been teaching these guys in Salvador, in Chava and Gabby's backyard. And this is Jesus on the ranch. We are pretty much Epaphroditus to Paul. They're the Paul, and we're the Epaphroditus. We're like, what are your needs? How can we help? What can we do for you? So we pour concrete, and we dig trenches, and dig up trees, and sweat, and laugh, and eat, and love, and have a blast in the name of Jesus. And we did ask Bobby and Jen, so what are some things that you guys need? Their power is solar. They need $13,000 battery pack or something. The technology is beyond me. I said, so when do you guys need this? They said yesterday. So that is a need that they have. Also, 3 years ago, someone had asked them the same question, what do you need? We need a chicken coop. That group sent them some kind of hydroponics thing that is not, you can't use it in Mexico. You just can't. And they've tried to alter it and use it and fix it, so they still don't have the chicken coop. That's not their top need, but they feed a lot of people, so the chickens would be nice. We were riding in a van. It's a good 12 to 15 minutes down the driveway once you get anywhere. And that driveway, yeah, it's laughable. Okay, so it's sand, and it's got ruts, and you're going like this all the way down the driveway. And the van, the windshield wipers would just come on. They just get so excited about going somewhere. The windshield wipers just start waving around. And she's not turning them on. She's turning them off, and they come right back on because they could use a van, something with good suspension. They have a lot of needs. But the biggest one that they were asking for was that $13,000 for the power. So I'm just going to put that out there, and you guys pray about it. And I've got so much more I could tell, but Gil wants to talk too. So here we go. We got back, and now it's Gil's turn.